If you're a man over 60, and lately you've been noticing changes in your body that are difficult to talk about, perhaps you're feeling more tired than usual, not sleeping well, experiencing lower energy or drive, or dealing with more frequent bathroom trips at night, then I want to share something with you that could quietly but powerfully shift your health in the right direction. This isn't about medication or expensive supplements. It's about a simple, natural food you likely already have in your kitchen: garlic. Yes, garlic. Used correctly, especially at night, garlic can support your body in ways that matter deeply for men your age, helping restore vitality, improve sleep, boost testosterone naturally, and reduce discomforts related to prostate inflammation. Older men don't realize just how much of what they're experiencing is tied to subtle shifts in hormones and circulation. Testosterone, for instance, which naturally declines with age, plays a massive role not only in your physical strength and drive but also in your mood, your metabolic health, and your ability to get restful, healing sleep. But the good news is, your body can still make testosterone, it just needs the right conditions. And garlic, especially when taken in the evening, helps create those conditions in several powerful ways. Let's begin with something fundamental: your nightly hormone cycle. When the sun goes down and you begin to rest, your cortisol levels, the stress hormone, start to drop. This is a natural process, designed by your biology. As cortisol decreases, the body becomes primed for producing testosterone. Sleep is when testosterone is made. España. That's why deep, uninterrupted sleep is so essential for men's health, especially as you get older. But here's the catch. Most men over 60 don't sleep deeply anymore. They toss, they turn, they wake up to use the bathroom. And even if they sleep 7 to 8 hours, they often don't reach the deep sleep stages where hormone production is optimal. That's where garlic comes in. Garlic contains a compound called allicin, which is released when the cloves are chopped, crushed, or chewed. This natural sulfur-based compound has a unique effect on the endocrine system. Research suggests that allicin helps regulate the hypothalamus and pituitary gland, the command center of your hormones, helping stimulate luteinizing hormone, which signals your body to produce more testosterone. In short, garlic helps unlock the internal process by which your body makes its own testosterone during sleep. It's not about forcing hormones unnaturally. It's about supporting your body to do what it was designed to do. Now, you might ask, why does timing matter? Why take garlic at night, before bed? Because that's when your body is most hormonally receptive. Taking garlic in the morning won't have the same effect, because during the day, cortisol is naturally higher and dominates your hormonal landscape. But at night, especially 60 to 90 minutes before sleep, your body shifts into rest and repair mode. That's when allicin can do its best work, quietly supporting hormone production, increasing blood flow, and calming inflammation. Blood flow is another critical point. As men age, circulation becomes less efficient, especially in smaller blood vessels that support your heart, brain, and reproductive organs. Garlic is a natural vasodilator. It helps widen your blood vessels by stimulating nitric oxide production, much like medications designed to help with performance issues. But unlike medications, garlic does this gradually, gently, and naturally. Studies have shown that men who consume garlic regularly have improved endothelial function, the health of the lining of blood vessels, and greater nitric oxide availability. What that means in practical terms is this: better nighttime circulation, reduced blood pressure, warmer extremities, and yes, improved blood flow where you need it most. And if you're wondering whether this effect is noticeable, let me tell you. Many older men who begin taking garlic before bed report waking up feeling more energized, more mentally clear, and more confident. Why? Because increased blood flow and testosterone production during sleep work hand in hand to restore what aging has gradually taken away. But there's more. Garlic isn't just a hormone booster or circulatory aid, it's also one of nature's most powerful anti-inflammatories. That's especially important when it comes to your prostate. As you know, prostate enlargement, or BPH, becomes increasingly common after age 60. It leads to nighttime urination, weak flow, and discomfort. What many men don't know is that garlic sulfur compounds, particularly that, been shown in studies to reduce prostate inflammation, lower PSA levels, and even slow the growth of abnormal cells. Garlic acts like a tonic for the entire urogenital system, helping to shrink the swollen tissue and reduce the pressure on the urethra, making nighttime bathroom trips less frequent and improving your quality of sleep. And let's not forget sleep itself. Garlic has a calming effect on the nervous system. It gently stimulates the parasympathetic nervous response, the state your body enters when it's ready to rest, digest, and heal. By reducing anxiety and regulating cortisol, garlic helps you fall asleep more easily and stay asleep longer. Many older adults, after just a few weeks of nightly garlic use, report falling asleep faster, experiencing fewer interruptions, and waking up feeling more rested. That's because garlic doesn't just help you sleep, it helps you sleep in a way that actually restores you. And it does this while silently working in the background to balance your hormones, cleanse your blood vessels, and ease inflammation. The method of use is important. Garlic is most effective when it's fresh chopped, crushed, or chewed because That's when allicin is at its peak. However, not everyone tolerates raw garlic well. If chewing raw cloves is too harsh, you can crush 2 cloves. Let them sit for 10 minutes to activate the allicin, and then mix them with a teaspoon of raw honey before bedtime. This not only masks the taste but also enhances the calming, sleep-promoting effects. Honey supports stable blood sugar during sleep, which further helps maintain steady hormone production. Alternatively, for those with sensitive stomachs, aged black garlic capsules standardized to 600 to 900 milligrams can provide similar benefits in a gentler form. The key is consistency. Use it nightly, and give your body time at least 4 to 6 weeks to adapt and respond. Why does garlic seem to help with so many issues at once? Because aging is not a collection of unrelated problems. It's a connected decline in hormone levels, inflammation control, blood flow, and sleep quality. When one system falters, the others follow. Garlic, uniquely, touches all these systems. It gently helps restore hormonal rhythm, lowers systemic inflammation, improves endothelial health, aids in liver detoxification, and supports better sleep. It doesn't mask symptoms, it supports your body's own healing mechanisms. If you're taking blood thinners or medications for blood pressure, it's always wise to talk to your doctor before adding high-dose garlic. Garlic naturally lowers blood pressure and thins the blood, so adjustments may be needed. But for the vast majority of men, especially those not on medications, garlic is not only safe, it's one of the most time-tested, well-researched, and accessible wellness tools available. This isn't about quick fixes. It's about a natural rhythm within your body. Every night, your system is trying to heal, restore, and rebuild. Garlic helps that process along silently, powerfully, and safely. When you combine garlic with a commitment to regular sleep, some gentle physical movement during the day, and mindful hydration, you're giving your body the conditions it needs to return to a stronger, more balanced state. For older men who feel like their vitality has slowly slipped away, this garlic strategy represents a hopeful, achievable, and science-backed step forward. It's not magic. It's biology supported with the right nutrition, at the right time. You don't need to spend a fortune. You just need to understand what your body needs, when it needs it, and provide it consistently. Garlic before bed might seem like a small act, but over time, it could lead to a profound shift in how you feel, how you sleep, and how you live. As we continue exploring the powerful benefits of garlic for men over 50, one critical yet often overlooked issue arises: the gradual formation of fibrotic tissue inside the body, particularly in organs like the prostate and blood vessels. With aging, scar-like tissues tend to accumulate rigid, fibrous structures that develop as a response to chronic inflammation, hormonal imbalance, or past injuries. These fibrotic tissues can interfere with blood flow, nerve transmission, hormone regulation, and even urination. Fortunately, nature has provided us with garlic, a simple yet remarkably potent food that contains bioactive compounds capable of breaking down these hardened tissues and restoring the suppleness and function of internal systems. Let's begin with the prostate, a walnut-sized gland that becomes a source of concern for many men as they age. The problem is not simply enlargement, but rather a slow, progressive transformation of healthy tissue into fibrotic, inflamed, and stiff zones. This process is called fibrosis, and it's largely driven by chronic low-grade inflammation, oxidative stress, and testosterone conversion into dihydrotestosterone. Over time, this fibrotic change not only impairs urine flow, causing frequent night urination, weak stream, and incomplete emptying, but it also interferes with sexual function by compressing nerves and reducing blood flow. Garlic, when consumed regularly at the right time, particularly before bedtime, can play a role in reversing this process. The key lies in allicin, the sulfur-based compound released when garlic is crushed or chopped. Allicin is not only a powerful antimicrobial and circulatory booster, it also exhibits strong antifibrotic and anti-inflammatory effects. Scientific studies have shown that allicin suppresses the activity of fibroblasts, the very cells responsible for producing collagen and fibrous tissue. By calming these cells down, garlic may help soften already stiffened tissue and prevent new fibrosis from forming. This means, over time, the texture of the prostate gland may improve, becoming less rigid and more elastic, which is essential for healthy urinary and sexual function. The same applies to fibrotic plaques in the arteries or even the penile shaft, where hardened scar tissues can impede blood flow and flexibility. Beyond allicin, garlic contains S-allylcysteine and diallyl disulfide compounds that support the breakdown of excessive collagen and stimulate antioxidant enzymes within the body. When consumed before sleep, garlic allows the body to work on internal repair while in its most regenerative phase, the nighttime. During deep sleep, the body enters a mode of detoxification and cellular repair, and garlic's compounds seamlessly support this function. This is especially crucial in men dealing with long-term inflammation or recovering from prostate problems. as the burden of oxidative stress can silently worsen their condition without obvious symptoms until damage becomes irreversible. An interesting observation is how garlic also modulates key pathways in hormone metabolism. For men with enlarged prostates, one major culprit is the excessive activity of the enzyme 5-alpha reductase, which converts testosterone into dihydrotestosterone DHT. High levels of DHT are linked to prostate growth and fibrosis. Compounds in garlic, especially aged black garlic, have shown the ability to inhibit this enzyme, thereby reducing DHT levels and restoring a more balanced testosterone profile. This hormonal effect contributes not only to prostate health but also supports libido, energy levels, and mood areas that are often affected simultaneously in men over 50. Let us also consider the vascular system, which suffers similar age stiffening due to cholesterol accumulation, calcium deposits, and fibrosis of the arterial walls. Garlic, by promoting nitric oxide and reducing plaque buildup, improves elasticity of blood vessels. But more than that, it gradually helps soften those internal plaques that make circulation sluggish and pressure unstable. A man with softer arteries and better blood flow often notices clearer thinking, warmer hands and feet, improved erectile response, and less fatigue during physical activity. These seemingly unrelated benefits are all connected to the ability of garlic to loosen hardened tissue, improve flow, and reduce internal resistance. Returning to the prostate, many men ask how long it takes for garlic to produce noticeable results. In urinary symptoms, while individual response may vary, consistent nightly use of garlic, whether raw, aged, or as a standardized supplement, often shows improvements in 3 to 8 weeks. Fewer nighttime trips to the bathroom, stronger urinary stream, less hesitation or dribbling, and a general sense of internal ease are commonly reported. Some men also notice improvements in libido and morning vitality, not because garlic is an aphrodisiac, but because it restores the natural pathways that allow testosterone to function unopposed by inflammation and stress hormones. Moreover, garlic's role in supporting the immune system also plays into prostate recovery. Chronic infections or low-grade bacterial presence in the prostate often go undetected but contribute heavily to inflammation and fibrosis. Garlic's antimicrobial effect, especially against bacteria like E. coli, helps clear such lingering infections gently, without disrupting the balance of beneficial gut flora like pharmaceutical antibiotics often do. This subtle, yet essential cleansing allows the prostate environment to return to a more balanced state, supporting long-term resilience and comfort. One overlooked advantage of garlic is how it works synergistically with other nutrients when consumed. In the right context, for example, when paired with vitamin D3, garlic's anti-inflammatory effect is magnified, as vitamin D regulates immune responses and hormone balance. When combined with zinc, another key male nutrient, garlic enhances testosterone production and tissue repair. When used alongside omega-3 fatty acids, garlic's antifibrotic properties become even more pronounced, as omega-3 softens cell membranes and lower systemic inflammation. Thus, the inclusion of garlic in a broader lifestyle strategy greatly increases its efficacy. Let's not forget digestion, which is often compromised in older adults. Poor digestion can lead to nutrient malabsorption, which in turn starves the body of the raw materials needed to heal. Garlic supports digestion by stimulating gastric juices and promoting healthy gut flora, particularly the growth of lactobacillus and bifida. A healthier gut supports better elimination of estrogen-like toxins, more efficient nutrient uptake, and stronger immunity, all essential for men managing prostate health or dealing with age-related fibrosis. For those concerned about garlic's odor or stomach irritation, a few practical approaches can help. One is to let crushed garlic sit for 10 minutes before consuming, which allows full allicin activation while reducing harshness. Another is to pair it with a teaspoon of raw honey, which not only masks the taste, but also enhances its absorption and further reduces inflammation. For those with sensitive digestion, aged black garlic or odorless garlic supplements can be used, provided they are standardized for allicin content and taken regularly at night. To close this segment, it is worth reinforcing a key truth: fibrosis. It is not permanent when addressed early, and inflammation is not a life sentence. The body possesses incredible intelligence and adaptability, especially during sleep, when deep repair occurs. Garlic, as a nightly ritual, acts as a quiet architect, dismantling harmful buildups and supporting the restoration of healthy tissue architecture. Whether it's the prostate, the arteries, or the deeper connective tissues of the body, garlic does not force change, it gently encourages it. It nudges the body back toward its natural rhythm, softens what has hardened, and quiets what has become inflamed. For the older man who may feel as though decline is inevitable, this nightly practice is a reminder that simple actions, repeated with intention and consistency, can rekindle health from the inside out. Garlic, taken before sleep, is not a miracle, but in the hands of a man who values renewal and patience, it becomes a powerful ally in reversing the clock, not through force, but through nature's wisdom. One of the most powerful, yet least visible. Effects of garlic lies in its ability to rebalance hormones, those silent chemical messengers that dictate how we feel, how we sleep, how we age, and whether or not we can regain our vitality after the age of 60. Most men don't realize that after middle age, their hormonal landscape begins to shift dramatically, and not always in their favor. Testosterone begins to decline gradually each year, while cortisol, the stress hormone, tends to rise, particularly at night. This imbalance creates a dangerous internal state that leads to poor sleep, reduced muscle mass, declining libido, increased belly fat, and a sense of irritability or low motivation that wasn't there before. Garlic, especially when taken before bed, becomes a subtle yet powerful ally in restoring this hormonal harmony. Let us begin with cortisol. This hormone is essential in small amounts. It helps us wake up, respond to stress, and regulate inflammation. But when cortisol is elevated chronically, especially at night, it becomes toxic. High nighttime cortisol blocks melatonin, the sleep hormone, which means deep sleep, becomes elusive. It also suppresses testosterone, elevates blood sugar, and promotes abdominal fat storage, all of which accelerate aging. What's astonishing is that garlic has been shown in both animal and human studies to lower elevated cortisol levels, especially when consumed in the evening. Compounds such as acetylcysteine work by calming the overactive adrenal glands and reducing oxidative stress, allowing cortisol to taper off naturally and paving the way for restful sleep. For many older men, sleep becomes fragmented. They may fall asleep quickly but wake up multiple times in the night, feel unrested in the morning, or struggle to enter the deep restorative stages of sleep necessary for cellular repair and hormone production. This is not just a matter of aging, it's a matter of imbalance. When garlic is taken consistently before sleep, it supports the nervous system's shift into parasympathetic dominance, the calm, restorative state where healing takes place. Over time, this improves the depth and duration of slow-wave sleep, which is where the pituitary gland releases growth hormone, one of the most rejuvenating substances in the human body. Although most people associate growth hormone with youth or athletics, it is just as vital for older men who want to maintain muscle mass, bone density, mental clarity, and sexual function. In addition to reducing cortisol, garlic also plays a subtle but important role in supporting testosterone, the very hormone that defines male vitality. While garlic is not a direct testosterone booster in the way that some synthetic supplements claim to be, it works by removing the obstacles that suppress testosterone production. One such obstacle is oxidative stress, which damages the Leydig cells in the testes responsible for testosterone synthesis. By quenching this stress, garlic allows the natural rhythm of testosterone release to resume more fully. Another obstacle is inflammation, both systemic and localized in the prostate or cardiovascular system, which can blunt the hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis, the hormonal feedback loop that controls testosterone levels. Garlic reduces this inflammation, indirectly lifting the ceiling on natural hormone output. Interestingly, studies have shown that garlic intake increases luteinizing hormone LH, the signal sent from the brain to the testes to tell them to produce more testosterone. This hormonal cascade, if allowed to function freely, can help older men restore their testosterone to higher functional levels without any external hormones. And when testosterone begins to rise naturally, several changes begin to unfold quietly, but profoundly: improved motivation, deeper sleep, stronger libido, better fat metabolism, more stable moods, and even sharper memory. Another layer of garlic's benefit lies in its interaction with insulin, the hormone responsible for regulating blood sugar. As men age, insulin sensitivity often declines, which leads to higher blood sugar, greater fat accumulation, and a blunted testosterone response. Garlic helps restore insulin sensitivity, particularly in the evening when glucose metabolism can be sluggish. This allows for more stable blood sugar throughout the night, which in turn keeps cortisol in check, testosterone active, and sleep undisturbed. It becomes a positive feedback loop. Better blood sugar supports better hormones, which leads to better sleep, which supports deeper healing and energy restoration. The impact of this hormonal realignment is not only biological but also deeply emotional and psychological. Men often describe a renewed sense of internal balance when their testosterone and cortisol levels normalize. There's a calm confidence that returns, not the loud, aggressive energy of youth, but a quiet steadiness, a clear head, a stronger grip, a deeper voice in the morning, and the ability to respond to stress without being overwhelmed. These changes often start with improved sleep quality, waking up fewer times at night, falling asleep faster, and feeling more refreshed in the morning. Garlic, when taken as a nighttime ritual, supports exactly this transformation, not through artificial stimulation, but by allowing the body's own hormonal intelligence to come back online. What makes garlic especially unique compared to other supplements or foods is that it doesn't try to force the body into temporary change. Instead, it gradually rebuilds the internal environment that supports natural hormonal function. There's no crash, no dependency, and no artificial elevation. Just a slow, quiet, strengthening of the body's ability to regulate itself. It is crucial for men over 60 who need gentle, sustainable solutions, not aggressive interventions that deplete one area to temporarily boost another. Another remarkable aspect of garlic is its support for the liver, the organ responsible for metabolizing excess hormones and detoxifying the bloodstream. A healthy liver efficiently clears out excess estrogen-like compounds that accumulate from food, plastics, and even medications. These compounds, known as xenoestrogens, can suppress testosterone and contribute to prostate enlargement and weight gain in older men. Garlic enhances liver enzyme activity, supporting phase 1 and phase 2 detox pathways, which helps eliminate these hormonal disruptors and creates a more favorable environment for testosterone to thrive. When we bring all of these threads together, lowered cortisol, improved sleep, enhanced testosterone production, better insulin sensitivity, and liver detoxification, we begin to understand why garlic is more than just a spice or a folk remedy. It is a multidimensional tonic that speaks to the very center of male aging, and it does so with remarkable precision by taking just 1 or 2 cloves of raw garlic before bed, or the equivalent in a high-quality supplement older men can support. A cascade of changes that touch every major system of the body. It's important to note that these changes do not occur overnight. Garlic is not a quick fix, and it should not be treated like a pharmaceutical that delivers instant results. Instead, think of it as a night watchman quietly doing its work while you sleep, checking the doors and windows, putting out small fires, and making sure the systems of the house are running smoothly by morning. After a few weeks of nightly use, most men report sleeping more soundly, waking up with more energy, feeling less stressed, and noticing a rekindled sense of masculine presence. These are not placebo effects, they are the natural outcomes of restoring the body's own hormonal rhythm. For the man who feels worn down by years of stress, poor sleep, declining drive, or hormonal imbalance, the solution may be simpler than expected. Nature has provided garlic not as a cure-all, but as a bridge connecting the damaged, overworked systems of the body back to their natural state of balance and function. And it does so quietly, patiently, and reliably, especially when taken before sleep, the time when the body is most ready to receive support. Once a man begins to experience the quiet, cumulative power of garlic at night, better sleep, calmer nerves, improved morning energy, and a return of physical confidence, he naturally wants to know, how can I maintain this? How do I make this part of my life without it becoming another thing to remember, another supplement to buy, or a difficult habit to force? The answer, again, is simple. Garlic, in its raw natural form, becomes most powerful when it's folded into a daily rhythm, particularly the nighttime routine, so that it blends with rest, reflection, and healing. For many men, the hour before sleep is either neglected or overstimulated. Television, stress, late-night snacking, or simply lying awake with worries, all compete with the body's biological need for restoration. By introducing garlic into this moment, just 1 or 2 raw cloves, gently chewed or crushed and taken with warm water or a bit of olive oil, you initiate a ritual, a signal to the body that the day's work is done, and now it is time for repair, detoxification, and hormone resetting. This small act, repeated daily, becomes a kind of sacred agreement between you and your health. I will give you what you need, so you can restore me during sleep. There are a few practical guidelines to help you make this ritual sustainable. First, always use fresh garlic, not powder, not paste, not pre-minced versions in oil. Those products have lost much of the active compounds that make garlic such a healing agent. Fresh organic garlic cloves contain allicin, the most potent bioactive compound that activates upon crushing or chewing. To release its full power, crush or chop the clove and let it sit for about 10 minutes before swallowing, allowing enzymatic reactions to develop fully. If you're worried about stomach sensitivity, take it with a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil or raw honey, both of which soothe the digestive tract and provide complementary health benefits. If chewing raw garlic seems too intense at first, start with a half clove and increase slowly. Over time, your body adapts, and the benefits will far outweigh the brief intensity of taste. Many men even grow to enjoy the ritual, the slight heat of the garlic, the grounding effect it has on the body, the sense of doing something deeply beneficial before sleep, and unlike sleeping pills or hormone injections, garlic leaves no residue, no dependency, and no long-term downside. In fact, its benefits accumulate. The longer you use it, the more fully your body returns to its natural rhythms. But garlic alone is not a magic wand. It works best in a supportive environment, an internal and external landscape where the body feels safe to heal. That means avoiding sugar-laden meals at dinner, reducing alcohol at night, staying hydrated, and cultivating a regular bedtime. A dark, quiet room, free from screens or noise, helps melatonin rise naturally, enhancing the sleep-promoting effects of garlic. Moderate movement during the day, like walking, stretching, or light resistance exercise, stimulates hormone function and circulation, setting the stage for garlic's hormonal support to work more effectively overnight. Another powerful combination is garlic with castor oil. Abdominal packs, an ancient technique that stimulates liver function, improves digestion, and supports detox pathways during sleep by applying warm castor oil to the lower abdomen for 30 to 60 minutes before bed, and consuming garlic shortly afterward. Men create a synergistic healing experience that goes deep into the hormonal, circulatory, and digestive systems. This dual practice is especially powerful for men over 60 dealing with sluggish digestion, prostate congestion, or fatigue. It's also important to recognize that consistency, not intensity, is what heals the aging body. A man who takes garlic every night for 30 days will notice profound changes that far exceed those who try extreme interventions for just a few days. This is the wisdom of nature. It works with time, rhythm, and gentle repetition. By honoring that rhythm, you not only allow garlic to work more deeply, but you also become more attuned to your body's signals, its needs, its fatigue, and its capacity to regenerate. On the larger picture, using garlic is not just about reversing symptoms. It's about restoring a relationship with your vitality. In our younger years, we often take energy, virility, and clarity for granted. But after 60, each day of strength, each moment of intimacy, each morning you rise with vigor, it all becomes more precious. Garlic becomes a bridge between those younger days and the wisdom years, a natural aid that helps men reclaim not only function, but dignity and quiet confidence. Many men have told stories of how this one habit changed everything. They began sleeping through the night, their mood lifted. Their morning walks became easier, the bloating faded, the sharp edge of stress dulled. Even their voice became deeper, their handshake firmer. And for many, the most intimate aspects of life, the ability to be close with their partner, to feel strong and capable again, were restored gently, without pills or procedures. This is not fantasy. This is the power of aligning daily habits with the healing intelligence of the body. As you begin or continue this journey, remember that garlic is not meant to be a chore or a punishment. It is a gift, a simple, natural tool passed down through generations of men who understood that real strength is quiet, slow, and rooted in the basics: food, rest, breath, movement, stillness, and yes, garlic. If there is one message I hope you carry with you, it is this: no matter your age, your body has not forgotten how to heal. It may be tired, it may be burdened, but it is still intelligent, still capable, still waiting for your signal. And perhaps that signal is as simple as a clove of garlic, taken with intention, in the calm of evening. When you make space for this small, consistent act, you're not just adding a food to your diet, you are inviting back the man you once were, and the man you still have the power to become.